I feel like the European fans do not need to be too disheartened, because right now, first of all, fearless draft. I feel like all the region gap is closing. Like how we managed to bring T1 to Game 5, like how Europe managed to take one game of Genji. That is very impressive. So keep their heads high, and we have been the last region, the weakest region for a long time. So we know how that feels. So.
Bro, that is such an insane quote. I love it so much. I love it so much. Because like he's trying to inspire Europe. He's actively trying to inspire Europe, and he's like, hey, you guys are definitely the most dog shit region in the entire world. And we know how that feels. Honestly, from NA, we know how that shit feels as well. That was MSI 2021 for us. And he's like, so don't worry, keep your heads high. It's like there's no even escaping it. There wasn't even a question of like, are they actually the weakest region? Like maybe we have a discussion about it. Are they really the weakest region? Well, you know, maybe KC was better than them. Like there wasn't even that discussion. It was just Europe is the weakest region, but don't worry, guys, it could be better in the future. Hell yeah, I love it.
All right, I am in the presence of Chowie, the head coach of CFO, after, wow, it's an historic result. We've read online about how this is the first best of 5 victory against a major region since 2012. And I know you've been there since 2012 as well. You've witnessed the Flash Wolves, you've witnessed the TPA, you've been on TPA yourself as a mid laner as well. What does it mean for you? How do you feel like right now? I can imagine there's so many things that are like pushing each other, like different emotions and everything going on, right?
Yes.
The thing that's so crazy about this discussion is not that they haven't won a best of 5 in 13 years. I feel like them not winning a best of 5 in 13 years, it sounds really crazy against a major region. But the crazier thing is to think about how many best of 5s has the PCS / LCP / APAC region / you know, when it was, whatever it was before that, like when it was just Taiwan, whatever region it was, how crazy is it that they've probably only played like 15 best of 5s, like 20 best of 5s against major regions in the last 13 years? Like, it's actually crazy how little they've actually played against major regions. Like, you would think that would be like 100 best of 5s or something like that, but it's probably only like 20, 30, like something like this.
So first of all, I feel like MCOI is a very tough opponent. We have to think about the ban pick a lot, because their mid and top laners have very, very good counter picks and very unique picks that we never meet in our region. And like you said, we haven't won a best of 5 since season 2. So it's a historical moment for us and for all our viewers and fans that are supporting us. So we have a lot of pressure on our shoulder, but we made it, and it's amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, speaking of that, Kai Wing was telling us just 2 days ago as well how MCOI is a team that's like really hard to prep for, and even just EMEA in general, because they have like these unique strategies and picks and everything. You just said it yourself as well. Today we saw the Rivera, for example, right? That was the only one that actually did cause you too much trouble. That it made you lose one game, but still, it was a very, very dominant performance all around, I would say. Did they show, I guess, like what you prepared for? Like, is this what you expected, or did you, like, I guess, like, how was the preparation as well in general?
So it's really hard to prepare against MCOI. Like you said, their counter picks is so strong. So like game 3, we never expected the Aurelia and Poppy pick, because by picking away the Poppy and the Aurelia, we cannot counter pick with Poppy. So it was really, really great ban pick from them.
True.
But other than that, the other 3 games that we won, we just know that we have to make sure our ban pick is strong enough to counter any counter picks that they have.
And you prepared some edges of your own as well, because you slammed the Aphelios trash in the last game as well, and I think no one really expected that coming as well. Kalista is supposed to be a champion that wins the early game, right, and gets very dominant in lane as well, but you completely shut her down. Do you think that the Aphelios trash is like a very strong counter for Kalista Renata, for example, or was it also like a bit of a skill matchup for you?
First of all, we do our research, and we know that their bot lane, especially their support lanes, actually plays similar champions to our Kai Wing, our support players. He plays a lot of engaged champions, melee frontline champions, so we know that he doesn't play very strong support range support champions. So we know that we are confident going into the game.
Good prep. I mean, I think that's the main thing that people miss about Alvaro, or like when people you know, when certain content creators that might be within 15-foot distance from me right now say that On is a worse support than Alvaro, I think that they're only looking at Engage, but if you think about all the other picks, Alvaro just doesn't play like half the champions that the top tier supports play. Like, he doesn't play any of like the least support / doesn't really play Nico, doesn't really play Renata. Like, it's not one of his prio picks where he's actually going to win a game on those picks. He doesn't have, you know, the full support arsenal. It's just like he's very good on the engaged supports, and once those are out, I think it's very hard for them to get a bot lane that they really want. And a lot of times what teams are doing is they're just trading all the engaged support picks in the first 2 games, so then game 3 it opens up and it's like, if all the engaged supports are out, then people want to go disengage supports, but if people go disengage supports, then you can go things like Caitlyn Elise or Caitlyn Karma, like these types of lanes, and you can really punish pretty much any other lane that is that doesn't have engage, because then there's no threat on your lane at all.
Letting them have Kalista, Renata, and we know that Aphelios and Thresh, if we play better than them, we will actually pressure them and win the lane. And if you have a Kalista, Renata with a losing lane, you actually can't win the game.
Yeah, true.
Just like at the
same thing happened, by the way, when BLG played it. They essentially had a losing lane. But the other thing I wanted to add is that they had really good level 1 in this game. CFO had really good level 1 where they split the map, and by splitting the map, having Pantheon start on enemy blue, force enemy off Wolves, by playing the map like this, then the Kalista Renata can never actually all in, because Kalista and Renata are not strong when it comes to like short trades. They're not really a poke lane. Unless you go like Lethality Kalista and you Q Max and you go Hail of Blades, which no one does anymore because it's not really that good. It got nerfed a while ago. You don't have the ability to really poke out the enemy bot lane. So the way that Kalista and Renata normally want to play is they want to like all in you, and they want to set this up by like trading a couple times, and they want to flash forward. And if they flash forward, if they like flash Q, if they hit it, you're dead. If they miss it, you know, you might still need to flash, but then you can lane. But the whole point is that they didn't do anything to help the Kalista Renata actually get out of the lane. And in a straight 2v2, Aphelios, unless he makes a major mistake, is just not going to die.
In his interview, you highlighted how MKOI is still a very strong opponent, someone that you had to prepare a lot for. Still, especially for us EMEA fans, it's a bit rough because both of our teams just got eliminated. It's
True.
1-6 as well in the lower bracket, so
Damn.
A lot of people have been jumping the gun, talking about how EMEA is suddenly the worst region in the world. And I mean, it's an exchange of power, right? Like for a long time, people were underestimating the LCP, disrespecting you guys as well, and now it's kind of the other way around. How do you feel about the balance of regions now, especially after this match and how MSI has been going as well?
I feel like the European fans do not need to be too disheartened, because right now, first of all, fearless draft. I feel like all the region gap is closing. Like how we managed to bring T1 to game 5, like how Europe managed to take 1 game of Genji. That is very impressive. So keep their heads high, and we have been the last region, the weakest region for a long time. So we know how that feels.
Crazy
so
quote.
Don't be discouraged. We know that you guys will come back strong.
Yeah. Speaking of that also, the LCP is a region that's been on the rise for some time as well. Even last year at Worlds, we saw you guys through GAM as well. I mean, technically it was Vietnam still back then, but like we saw teams starting to take more and more games. We saw Talon obviously had some pretty good performance as well, and now CFO first at first hands, and now at MSI as well. Do you feel like you guys are starting a new
Bro, I got
era,
T1 fans here.
The Flash Wolves as well. And
Oh, I got
is this
T1
like the new
fans
Flash
in my
Wolves
face.
era?
No, the T1
We do not
fans.
wish to be the
They're
new
in
Flash Wolves. We
person.
wish to be the CFO. Yeah, because we actually formed this
Jesus.
team, me and the manager Kenny. We actually planned a lot in forming this team, and we know that this will be the best team in our region in times to be.
Yeah. And Hongkyu obviously is the player that everyone has been talking about, right? He came in last year through PCL. He managed to, I think he earned promotion, right, with this team Nate something. I don't remember the name exactly.
I don't know if the fans wanted me to sign something because my vision is actually so bad post like 20 feet. There was a sign that I think said my name and something about T1, and they're showing it to me, and they put a flashlight on it to show it to me, but I actually can't see it. So hopefully they were just trying to f with me, and they didn't actually want me to sign something.
But yeah, I mean, it's been an insane storyline for him. He just turned 18 a few days ago as well. We hear so much about how he's also like a bit immature still, like he's lacking experience, and he's really funny. We hear about all the family vibes as well, how some people like call each other weird and stuff, and like they have all these jokes together. How is it like for you to be able to train the next generation of tomorrow, especially as a mid laner yourself, and yeah, just be in the presence of all these amazing players?
So like we talk about Hongqiu, first of all, when we formed this year's CFO, Kenny and I, we actually know that I'm the coach to be, because he's a rookie mid laner and he needed someone who actually know a lot about mid lane. And so it's kind of funny because when Hongqiu first joined us, he actually dies so easily to mid ganks. He dies so easily in team fight. He doesn't know how to play side lane, team fights, you know. He's just some guy with crazy mechanics. But the issue is that he's super mechanically skilled and he's super talented. So everything that me and the players, we teach him how to play the game, he actually learned it so fast. Like in days, like in 1 day, 2 days.
Honestly, it sounds literally exactly like Loki. It sounds exactly like Loki, bro. It might literally just be Loki. Loki is just like, bro, we were like, at the beginning, it's like, Loki, how about you don't just go into the side lane and just push every single wave that you see? How about sometimes, you know, you hold the wave, you know, you wait for your team to be pathing towards you, then you push the wave. How about sometimes you just freeze a wave? Like, how about you just like, you know, look at the map and try to like make a decision? Because for a while, like Loki's laning was really good. Then he would go into side lane and he would just go like kill a wave in side lane, and then he would like just sit in the bush and wait for the next wave. And that was like our side laning at the beginning. So, I mean, this is just what it is. If you play a lot of solo queue, you're gonna have good individual mechanics and you're gonna know how to play champions, but you're gonna have no idea how to like really progress a game once you're out of lane phase.
Learn it so fast. If he doesn't know how to play Ryze, I'll just teach him, show him a few replays. The next day, when he wakes up, he knows how to play Ryze. He mains Ryze right now. So it's just how crazy talented this guy is, you know.
Yeah. Do you believe that Hongqiu like could legitimately make a statement to become one of the best mid laners in the world? Because I mean, we saw him push Faker very hard. Obviously, I would say like at the end it was also a bit of nerves and everything, and obviously he's still gaining experience, right? And he showed so much. Even today, he solo killed Jojopion like 4 times at least, right? It was insane. He pushed Jojopion more than Knight did even. So at what point does he stop his growth? Is he actually like on the way to become one of the legends of this game?
So I feel like Hongqiu, like I said, he's a really talented player, and he's a really lucky guy because he's first year in the pro scene, and his team with Junja, with Kaiwing, with Dogo, with all these experienced pro players.
Yep.
So, and everyone is very patient with him, like you said earlier on.
Bro, I like that he said that. I like that he said that because that's how, I feel like that's how you actually build a team. I mean, it really seems similar to C9, right? Like when you bring in a player like Loki, who's Loki playing with? He's playing with Blabber, he's playing with Vulcan, he's playing with Sven. His coach is Reaper, the head coach is Reaper, somebody who speaks fluent Korean that actually understands the game on super high level as well. So he has all the tools to improve. You know, like there's a bunch of people around him that can actually help him improve. And a lot of times you have talented players go into teams, and this is why people say don't join a fucking bottom team in LCS or like LTA North or LEC. Because if you do, you're just going to like lose. You're going to go in, you're going to have good mechanics, but you're not going to know how to actually progress the game. So you're going to lose a bunch, and then you're going to lose a bunch. You're going to lose confidence in yourself, and not everyone has the ability to like self-diagnose all of their problems. Like normally you need people to help you with this type of stuff. So I think it's really good that they developed a team like this. They put them into a team like this. These are the right players to put a really individually mechanically talented player around.
Like the team atmosphere is super, super good. We actually have fun together. We actually do not pressure each other. We do not flame each other. We actually just, if you fail, we just laugh at it, you know? Yeah. So
true.
It's a great atmosphere for him to improve, and he really did not let us down.
Bro, so there's so many stories I'm just thinking about. I love Loki, man. It's like, I remember one of the first times we tried to play Annie, he was going Annie. He wasn't buying boots. He was going like jack of all trades. He didn't proc it until like 14 minutes or something. Every other Annie in the world, first base, they have a Doran's Ring. First base, they buy Darksail and boots. And we've got a Malignance, no boots, Annie proccing Jack of all trades at 14 minutes. It's so crazy, bro.
We'll continue teaching him, and I feel like the best way he can learn is from all these international tournaments, playing against the best mid laner, like you said, Jojo Pion, Chovy, Faker. He has to play against all these best mid laner in the world. So I think that's where they can teach him the best.
And I mean, speaking of the best mid laners in the world, he has a very tough matchup ahead of him as well, because you're going to be facing off against anyone's legend and Shanks. Shanks as well has been one of the major players that has been on the rise as well. His story a bit reminiscent of what Hongqiu has been going through as well. What are you expecting ahead of this very important matchup as well? I know there's a bit of regional, like, let's say, rivalry, right, as well. So what does it mean for you, this matchup?
So first of all, AL's head coach, Tabi, used to be my coach in Season 8.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my best to take down Tabi. Although AL is a really, really strong team, one of the strongest LPL team in history. The way they play the game is really, really smart with Tabi's coaching. So we'll do our best to win them. And like you said, Shanks is something like Hongqiu. He's actually very, very talented. He improves so much. We play against him. He's very hard to catch him off guard. So and he's champion pool. So we'll do our best, and hopefully we bring an amazing game, best of 5, to all the fans.
Are you guys still underdogs for that match?
Definitely. But we'll do our best, and we'll try to take them down, because we want to go into top 4 and hopefully finals and meet T1 again.
Just lastly, to finish up as well, how proud are you of how far you've come as well? Like, because your career has been going on for more than 10 years. I don't want to make you feel old, but when you started your career, I was still in school. I was still like studying. I was watching Worlds from my bedroom. Like, I was like 12 years old. Now you're here. You're having a new start to your career. I mean, obviously you've been a coach for some time already, right? But what does it mean? Like, are you proud of all your accomplishments?
So first of all, I actually started playing from Season 0, WCG in 2010.
Yeah.
So it's been a long way, and I'm not really proud of my achievement. I'm more focused on helping the younger players, the younger generation, get better results. Because in the past, I feel like if I knew better about the game, if I had better coaches, I feel like I could have gone way further. And I feel like my esports career as a player has been very, very sad and pity. So I don't want my players to go through that situation. So I do my best to help them get the best result internationally, and help them get their best contract, help them get the best career ever.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Chawi, thank you so much
Hell
for
yeah.
talking with us.
I always liked Chawi. And I especially like Chawi because he was one of the people that took down TSM from the inside, bro. He was one of the final coaches on TSM. So before they off and they were no longer in esports. So hell yeah, let's go, Chawi. I would root for CFO is a fun team. I want to root for CFO, but CFO is playing against Tabe. So I just can't root for CFO because they're playing against Tabe, and Tabe's my GOAT, So it is what it is. All right.